Part 1. A fairy sent to Earth, a crippled immortal with a plan. Dear listeners, last time we spoke of the fierce battle between the Han and the northern tribes, a war that shook the heavens. Today, let me introduce a key figure in the story, General Zhongli Quan, a true hero of Han. But don't be fooled, this general wasn't always mortal. In a previous life, he was a celestial spirit from the realm of divination. One day, in the Jade Emperor's study, he accidentally knocked over an inkstone, or some say he tore a page from the heavenly scroll. Either way, he committed a minor offense and was banished to the mortal world to undergo trials. Now that trial had come to a critical point. Zhongli was leading the Han troops in a bloody battle against the barbarian army, fighting tooth and nail to protect his homeland. Just then, whoosh, a cloud drifted across the sky. Standing on it, none other than the legendary Iron-Crutch Li. Don't let the name fool you. He might walk with a limp, but his magical powers were unmatched. Humming a tune and leaning on his shiny iron crutch, he suddenly felt something was off. He peered down and whoa, the battlefield below was drowning in killing intent, so thick it turned the clouds blood red. Iron-Crutch Li squinted and shielded his eyes. "Hey, isn't that my young friend Zhongli down there? What a foolish boy!" He slapped his thigh in frustration. "Zhongli, oh Zhongli, you're meant to become immortal. Why are you still playing general and chasing fame and glory with mortals? You're holding a golden rice bowl, but begging like a fool, don't you see? And besides," he muttered, pacing the cloud, "the northern tribes haven't run out of luck yet. It's not your job to wipe them out. What if you snatch all the glory and the emperor names you supreme marshal of all under heaven, or some nonsense? Riches, titles, concubines, bah. You'll sink into worldly desires so deep your soul will never get out. That's a terrible trade." Then snap, his eyes lit up. "I've got it." Iron-Crutch Li grinned. Let him suffer a crushing defeat. When he hits rock bottom, he'll finally wake up and return to the Tao. That'll work better than any pill from Laozi's gourd. With the plan in mind, he gave a little spin and poof. Gone was the scruffy immortal. In his place stood an old man with white hair and beard and coarse robes, leaning on a crooked wooden staff. He floated gently down, heading straight for the enemy's gloomy, smoky camp. Part 2. A silver-tongued old man and a foolish barbarian general. Meanwhile, over in the barbarian camp, the mood was anything but cheerful. Their commander, General Buyu, had just lost miserably to Zhongli Quan. Out of 100,000 troops, more than 80,000 were gone. Now he sat alone in the command tent, holding his oversized head in his hands, frowning so hard he could squish a fly between his brows. His face was longer than a horse's, and his thoughts tangled like a ball of twine. "Ooh, that loss was so bad I nearly lost my underpants. How do I even begin to take revenge? I've got no army left. What do they expect me to do? Challenge Zhongli to a duel all by myself?" Just then, thud, thud, thud. A panicked soldier burst in. "Marshal, there's a weird old man at the camp gate. Says he wants to see you." Buyu looked up from his misery. "Weird old man? I don't know any old man, but maybe a strategist. What the heck, bring him in. Let's see what kind of horse or mule he is." In shuffled the old man, none other than Iron-Crutch Li in disguise. He moved slowly but steadily, eyes sharp, spine straight as a spear. He gave a casual bow, not even bothering to lower his head. Buyu squinted suspiciously. "And you are?" "Ha! I've come to offer congratulations, General." "Congratulations? Are you joking? I just lost half my kingdom. My army's in shambles, and I'm hiding like a scared rat. What is there to celebrate?" The old man chuckled. "Ah, but you're missing the big picture. Losing one battle means nothing. Victory might be just around the corner. Look at you so downcast. You've already lost the will to fight." He leaned in with a gleam in his eye. "Listen carefully, General. The Han army is celebrating right now, high on victory. Arrogant troops always fall hard. And tonight, yes, tonight, during second watch, they'll be sleeping like pigs. If you launch a surprise raid then, I promise you'll crush them before they know what hit them." He raised 2 fingers dramatically. "Second watch. That's the time. Even better, when I read the stars, I saw danger hanging over their camp. A disaster star is barreling straight at their commander's fate. Fire, chaos, panic, it's written in the heavens." The old man didn't wait for a reply. He tapped his staff, turned, and strolled out the tent like nothing had happened. Buyu leapt to his feet. That speech was worth 10 years of military manuals. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. "Marshal, wait," his aide warned. "That old man is suspicious. This could be a trap." "Trap? Bah, that was pure military genius. I was thinking the same thing myself. Enough talk, prepare for battle." He barked out orders. "Feed the troops at first watch, march at second. I want 4 divisions split into 8 teams, ready to surround the enemy camp from all sides. Gag the horses, silence the gear. The moment you see the signal, attack without mercy." Part 3. Celebration turns to chaos as fire rains from the sky. Now back to the Han camp, where the mood couldn't be more different. General Zhongli was basking in glory. Tables groaned with food, wine flowed like rivers, and medals were being handed out left and right. Soldiers clinked cups, shouted drinking games, and partied until nearly the 3rd watch of the night. Suddenly, "General, I have something to say." "Speak freely, General Feng." "My lord, though we've won, the enemy still has some strength left. We must not let our guard down tonight. They may attempt a desperate night raid." Zhongli nodded. "You're right. Double the patrols and stay alert." But inwardly he thought, please, that bunch is too broken to fight back. Like they have the guts. He leaned back against his command table, tipsy and drowsy. Just then, whoosh. Flames shot into the night sky from the rear of the camp. The fire was no accident. Iron-Crutch Li, now invisible, had quietly slipped into the shadows and flicked a few glowing sparks from his sleeve. A sudden gust of wind, or perhaps a puff of immortal breath, whipped the fire into a roaring inferno. It took seconds for the blaze to engulf the grain stores and tents, flames shooting stories high, smoke blotting out the stars. "Fire, put it out." "My God, the rations are burning." "Help, someone do something." Soldiers tumbled from their beds half naked, grabbing water buckets, crashing into each other in panic. Some ran in circles, others poured water on themselves by mistake. The camp became utter chaos. Part 4. Ambush from all sides, Zhongli in peril. While the camp was in flames and confusion, thwip, 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 a storm of flaming arrows rained down from all sides. Charge. Capture Zhongli alive. came the thunderous roar as 40,000 barbarian troops poured in like a tidal wave, striking from the east, west, south, and north. The Han troops were caught off guard. Many hadn't even laced their boots, let alone strapped on armor. Horses were missing, weapons misplaced. It was total mayhem. I lost my horse. Where's my sword? Stop pushing out my foot. Retreat. The barbarians are here. More were trampled by allies than killed by enemies. The once mighty camp turned into a slaughterhouse. Cowards, face me, Zhongli roared, instantly sober. He grabbed his silver spear, leapt onto his horse, and charged out, only to meet none other than Buyu in his path. No words were exchanged, only steel. Sparks flew as spear clashed with blade. But after 10 exchanges, Zhongli glanced around, his heart sank. His soldiers were scattered. Enemy faces gleamed in the firelight, and he was surrounded. If he kept fighting, he'd be swallowed whole. Retreat, everyone retreat. He feinted a strike and turned to flee. But no escape. Another squad of barbarians blocked his path. Behind him, Bayu's voice shouted, "Zhongli Quan, leave your head behind." Trapped. Zhongli closed his eyes. This is the end. Not while I still breathe. Feng Ji is here? With a thunderous roar, his loyal officer Feng Ji burst onto the scene, blood-soaked and furious. Like a comet, he crashed through the enemy ranks and reached Zhongli. "Go, General. I'll hold them off." Just as Zhongli tried to flee, an arrow struck his horse in the neck. It collapsed with a wail. Feng Ji, quick as lightning, spotted a barbarian lieutenant nearby. He dashed over, slashed the man down, and dragged Zhongli onto the fresh mount. "Hold tight." Whack, he lashed the horse, sending it galloping up a nearby ridge. From the hilltop, Zhongli looked back. His entire camp was in flames, the sky red like day. Bodies, smoke, abandoned weapons, his mighty army reduced to ashes. "Heavens, why have you forsaken me?" With a cry of anguish, blood surged to his head. He blacked out and fell from his horse. "General!" Feng Ji rushed over in horror, only to see enemy torches forming a serpent below, winding up the slope. "Retreat, my lord. I'll hold them here." Feng Ji shoved Zhongli onto his own horse and gave it a mighty slap. The beast carried its dazed rider into the night. As for Feng Ji, he stood firm with his few hundred men, a stone wall against the incoming storm. What became of Zhongli Quan? Did he escape death? And did Iron-Crutch Li's plan of enlightenment through disaster truly work? To find out, stay tuned for the next chapter.